9 gestures or signs that a woman secretly likes you. Modern Stoic. Welcome back to the channel. You've seen it happen before. You're having a great conversation with a woman. The chemistry is undeniable. There's laughter, steady eye contact, maybe even a bit of playful teasing. But then a question creeps in. Does she actually like me? Or is she just being friendly? Here's the truth most men miss. Women rarely express their feelings in straightforward ways. Instead, they communicate their interest through subtle, almost invisible signs, small gestures, fleeting moments, and unspoken cues that can easily be overlooked or misinterpreted. This is where many men fail to pick up on the signals and miss their chance. What if you could spot these signs right away? What if you never had to wonder if she's into you or if she's just being polite? In today's video, we're unlocking the secrets to understanding those unspoken cues. No more guessing. By the end, you'll be able to spot when a woman's interest is genuine and when she's just being nice. Let's dive in and reveal what women really mean when they're interested. Sign 1. Her eyes reveal what she won't say. It's often said that the eyes are the windows to the soul, and when it comes to attraction, this truth stands clear. A woman might not openly express her feelings, but her eyes will. How she looks at you, how often, how long, and with what intensity, can speak volumes when words fail. Have you ever caught someone's gaze lingering on you longer than expected? That's not just idle curiosity, it's a sign of deep attraction. It's not about merely looking, it's about the struggle to look away. Let's break it down. The lingering gaze. If she locks eyes with you for just a moment longer than usual, it's an unconscious sign of interest. Her mind may urge her to move on, but her emotions tell her, "Hold on, I like this." In these moments, you're witnessing a silent admission of attraction. The double take. You might walk past her, and she looks once, then twice. This isn't just coincidence. She's making sure to catch another glimpse of you. Even if she acts like it's unintentional, her eyes are drawn to you. It's a subtle yet unmistakable signal that she's interested. The quick look away. If she looks at you, then quickly averts her gaze, it's a common sign of attraction paired with shyness. She might feel nervous, unsure if it's too obvious. But even as she tries to act cool, her body betrays her true feelings. And then there's the most telling sign of all, the dilated pupils. Attraction has a physical effect, one that can't be faked. When she's drawn to you, her pupils will dilate naturally. This is a completely involuntary response, one that no amount of effort can suppress or pretend away. It's the body's way of showing interest, and it's as authentic as it gets. So, take note, if she holds eye contact longer than normal or exhibits any of these behaviors, her eyes might be revealing something she hasn't yet said aloud. Keep observing, and you'll start noticing these signs more clearly. It's all about paying attention to the subtleties, because sometimes the most powerful messages are the ones unspoken. Sign 2. She mirrors your movements. Mirroring is one of the most subtle yet powerful psychological signals that can indicate attraction. It's when someone, often unconsciously, mirrors another person's body language, tone, or movements as a way of establishing rapport and connection. In the realm of relationships, this acts as a natural way of saying, "I feel comfortable with you, and I like you." If you notice that she begins to copy your movements, adjusting her posture after you, using the same hand gestures, or even mimicking your speech patterns, this is a clear sign that she feels a deep, subconscious connection with you. Think about it this way. Humans are inherently social beings, and our bodies are always in tune with those around us. When we connect with someone on a deeper level, our subconscious tends to mirror their behaviors to create harmony and sync up emotionally. It's almost like an unspoken dance between the two of you, where both parties instinctively align themselves with each other. A powerful way to test this out is by making a small, subtle change in your own posture or body movement. For example, cross your legs or adjust your seat slightly. If she mirrors your movements without thinking twice, this shows she is not only aware of you, but is also deeply engaged with you on an emotional level. This mirroring phenomenon is one of the most overlooked yet powerful signs of attraction. It might seem small or unimportant, but in reality, it's a reflection of a strong bond being formed, even if neither of you are fully aware of it. When she mirrors your movements, she's communicating in the most natural way possible. We are in sync, we are in tune, and we belong together. As you navigate relationships, remember to look for these subtle cues. This is how you can know she's truly interested. Her body is telling you what words may not. If you've noticed this happening, don't be afraid to lean into it and let it guide the way forward. This mutual connection isn't just in your mind. It's in your actions, your energy, and in every little gesture shared. If you've caught her mirroring your movements, that's a powerful sign she's into you. Now, if you recognize this subtle connection, drop a comment right now. I'm in sync with her, and she's in sync with me. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more unshakable wisdom, and remember, attraction is often felt before it's spoken. Sign 3. She finds excuses to touch you. Touch is powerful. It's a primal way of creating connection, and when a woman feels drawn to you, her body will naturally seek to shorten the physical distance between you. However, it's essential to understand that not all touch carries the same meaning. A brief, innocent touch might be casual, but if the touch is more frequent and deliberate, it speaks volumes. The first sign to look for is the accidental touches. Perhaps she brushes against your arm when there's plenty of space, or her hand brushes yours when reaching for something. These moments might seem minor on their own, but if they occur often, they're more than just chance. They're intentional. It's her way of subtly closing the gap between you, offering a hint of intimacy without saying a word. Next, consider the prolonged contact, a hug that lasts a little longer than expected, a hand on your arm that lingers just a second too long. These are clear signs of attraction. A woman who likes you will naturally want to hold on, and her touch becomes an unspoken invitation. The longer the touch, the stronger the feelings she may have for you. This lingering contact is her way of testing the waters, gauging your response, and ensuring that the attraction is mutual. Then there's the playful push or slap. It's common to see a woman teasing you with a quick tap on the arm when she's laughing or joking. It's a playful, light-hearted gesture that masks the deeper emotional connection she's feeling. It's her way of making contact without overstepping, but the underlying message is clear. She's seeking closeness and wants to see how you react to her advances. Ultimately, when a woman likes you, she'll use touch as both a subtle test and a way to express her feelings without fully revealing them. It's her way of showing interest, of letting you know she's attracted to you without saying it directly. If she's touching you more than usual, it's a signal that there's something deeper than just friendship, and it's worth paying attention to how you respond. Trust your instincts. Her body is telling you what words often don't. If you're picking up on these subtle signals, you're already ahead. Most men overlook the power of touch, but not you. You're tuned in, and you're ready to understand what's truly happening. Comment below. I recognize the signs of attraction, and share how these gestures make you feel. Like this video, subscribe, and stay on this path of awareness. Sign 4. She laughs a lot at your jokes. This is where it gets interesting, and I want you to pay attention. We're not talking about that superficial, haha, that's funny kind of laugh that everyone uses to be polite. When a woman truly likes you, her laughter becomes a distinct and powerful signal. It's not just the sound of amusement, it's an emotional response that draws her closer to you, revealing something deeper. Picture this. She's laughing uncontrollably, maybe even a little exaggeratedly, at your jokes, regardless of how funny they actually are. That's because attraction amplifies everything about you in her eyes. Every little thing you say or do becomes enjoyable in a way that's beyond ordinary. Now let's break this down. The first type of laugh you'll notice is the over-the-top giggle. Even if you didn't nail the punchline, her reaction makes it seem like you've just told the best joke ever. This is the magic of attraction. When she's drawn to you, your presence transforms every interaction into something more vibrant, more engaging. But it's not just the laugh, it's how she reacts to it. When a woman is genuinely interested in you, even the simplest, most casual conversation can feel like an unforgettable moment to her. Then there's the lean and laugh. If she's laughing and at the same time leans in towards you, that's a physical manifestation of her desire to be closer to you. Her body language is saying what words can't. She wants to be more connected to you in that very moment. It's subtle, but it's there. And it speaks volumes. In fact, it's a sign that she feels safe and comfortable with you, that she wants to be emotionally close, not just physically. Now here's where it gets even more telling. The personal callback. If she recalls your jokes and brings them up again in future conversations, that's not just about remembering what was said, it's about you occupying a special place in her mind. She's thinking about you when you're not around. That's powerful. It shows that you've made an emotional impact, and she values the connection you're building. If she's taking the time to remember your words and laughter, she's mentally and emotionally invested in you. So, what's the psychology behind all this? Women laugh more when they're attracted to someone because laughter is a way to lower social barriers and bond on a deeper level. It's like a form of unspoken communication that makes her feel connected to you, even if she hasn't directly said it. When she laughs at your jokes, it's more than just an acknowledgement of humour. It's her inviting you into her world. She's signalling that she enjoys your company, that she's comfortable with you, and that she wants you around more. As the great philosopher Aristotle once said, "The most perfect form of friendship is that in which each person knows the other's mind and heart." This is what you're building with her, an emotional bond that grows stronger with every laugh, every shared moment. Now, I want you to reflect on this. When was the last time you noticed the way a woman laughed around you? Was it genuine? Did she lean in? Did she remember something funny you said and bring it up again? These little moments, these seemingly small signs, tell you a lot more than you might think about where you stand in her world. If you want to dive deeper into the psychology of attraction and learn how to harness these moments, I encourage you to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe for more insights into how attraction and connection work, especially through the lens of Stoic wisdom. Remember, as Mark Twain said, humour is mankind's greatest blessing. If you can make her laugh, you're tapping into something deeply human and profoundly attractive. Don't let these moments pass you by. Sign 5. She finds reasons to be around you. Attraction goes far beyond words. It's often hidden in the actions we take, particularly when it comes to physical proximity. When a woman secretly likes you, she won't wait for things to happen on their own. She'll actively create opportunities to be near you. Think about it. Humans are naturally drawn to those they like, and attraction often manifests in subtle, yet undeniable ways, such as seeking out your company, even without a direct invitation. If she's consistently around, whether or not it's convenient for her, that's not coincidence. It's intentional. You might notice her suddenly popping up in places that were previously unfamiliar to her. For instance, she might never have been interested in that coffee shop, but now it seems like every time you stop by, she's there. Perhaps she wasn't a regular at the gym before, but now she seems to appear at the same time as you, working out just a few machines away. These occurrences might seem like mere coincidences, but more often than not, they're deliberate. Another clear sign is when she chooses to sit near you, even when other seats are available. Why is it that, in a room full of empty chairs, she'll sit right next to you? This is a clear sign of her attraction. She is consciously closing the physical gap between the two of you, and it's no accident. She wants to be close, to share space and to feel your energy. You might even notice the frequent, accidental run-ins. She knows your routine, where you grab lunch, when you take breaks, and where you tend to hang out. These moments might seem casual at first, But when they begin happening with an uncanny regularity, it becomes clear. She's seeking out your company without you having to ask. It's almost as if the universe is conspiring to bring you two together. Attraction has a magnetic quality. It pulls people toward each other, often making them act in ways they don't even consciously recognize. When she keeps finding excuses to be near you, whether in the office, at a coffee shop, or at the gym, it's because she enjoys your presence. She's drawn to the way you make her feel, and she's hoping you'll notice her as well. So, next time you find her lingering around or in close proximity, take a moment to consider that this might be more than just chance. This could very well be a sign that she secretly likes you. Ultimately, this subtle yet powerful behavior speaks volumes about her feelings. It's not just about proximity. It's about creating opportunities to be part of your world. The next time you notice her near you, remember, attraction often speaks in actions, not words. Take a moment to acknowledge the effort and consider how you might respond to this magnetic pull in a way that could bring you closer. If you're seeing this, then you know you're witnessing something rare. She's not just appearing in your space by chance, she's choosing to be near you, and that's a clear sign of attraction. Drop a comment right now. I attract only the best. Like this video, subscribe for more unshakable wisdom, and remember, attraction is a magnetic force that can't be ignored. Sign 6. She gives you her undivided attention. In a world where attention has become a rare and valuable commodity, where everyone is constantly glued to their phones and distracted by social media, one thing stands out. When a woman likes you, she's willing to break free from all of that. You're no longer just another person in her life. You've become someone worthy of her full focus. You see, she's not just listening to your words. She's fully present, hanging on every word you say. This isn't just about surface-level interactions. This is a deeper level of connection. So, what does this really mean? First, she remembers the small details. Perhaps, just casually, you mentioned your favourite band last week. The next time you speak, she brings it up, recalling not only the band, but how it made you feel when you listened to them. That's not just memory, that's emotional investment. She's paying attention to the nuances, the little things that matter to you. And trust me, when someone remembers the smallest aspects of your life, it's a signal of deep interest. Then, there's the most obvious yet subtle clue. She's not checking her phone. Let's face it, we live in a world of constant notifications, emails, and text messages. It's easy to get distracted. But if a woman is genuinely interested in you, she's not swiping through social media or answering texts while you're talking. She's all in. A woman who's not invested. She'll glance at her phone, check her messages, or be distracted by something else. But when you've got her undivided attention, that means you've truly captured her interest. It goes even deeper than just physical presence. She asks the questions that matter. Instead of simple, surface-level small talk, she's digging deeper. She's asking about your thoughts, your dreams, and your views on life. You're not just a momentary distraction to her, she wants to know what makes you tick. Attraction isn't just about how a person looks, it's about how they engage with you on a mental and emotional level. Want to test it out for yourself? Try this. Next time you're talking, pause for a few seconds, see what happens. If she leans in closer, maintains eye contact, or asks follow-up questions, there's no doubt she's not just making idle conversation, she's invested. She's not only listening, she's absorbing what you're saying, and more importantly, she's letting you know that she values your thoughts. When a woman is present in a conversation like this, it's a clear sign that she's emotionally engaged with you. This isn't just about being physically present, it's about being mentally and emotionally connected. And when someone is this invested in you, it's not something you should take lightly. In this modern world of constant distractions, someone who is truly focused on you is someone who sees real value in what you bring to the table. And when that happens, the connection between the two of you deepens exponentially. Now let me ask you, have you ever been in a conversation where you felt like the other person was truly there, in the moment with you? How did it feel? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights like this. Trust me, understanding these signs will give you a better handle on the signals that truly matter. Don't let these moments slip by without recognizing them. Sign 7. She playfully teases you. Teasing isn't just for middle school crushes. It's a classic, timeless way for people to express attraction. When a woman secretly likes you, she might not confess it outright, but she will drop hints through playful teasing. Why do people tease those they're attracted to? It's simple. It creates a push-pull dynamic, a mix of challenge and connection that keeps things exciting. What kind of teasing should you look for? She playfully mocks something you said. Not in a mean way, but in a light-hearted, joking manner. If she mimics the way you said something or pokes fun at a small habit of yours, it's her way of engaging with you. She challenges you in a fun way. Maybe dares you to try something, jokingly bets against you, or acts like she's better at something just to get a reaction. This is all a way to create tension and chemistry. She gives you a nickname. If she has a unique little nickname for you, even if it's something silly, it means she sees you differently from other guys. It's her way of forming a connection. Teasing is a test as much as it's a sign of attraction. If you react well, laugh along, and tease her back, you're proving that you can handle her energy, which only makes you more attractive in her eyes. If you find today's content useful to you, don't forget to share your feelings and lessons with us. Or simply comment, "Very cool." It's a great encouragement for our channel makers. Thank you very much. Sign 8. She acts differently around you. When a woman likes you, her behaviour can change in subtle yet unmistakable ways. You may notice that her entire demeanour shifts when you're around, and this isn't something she's intentionally doing. It's a natural, subconscious reaction to her attraction. For instance, if she's usually calm and composed, but suddenly becomes a little fidgety, it's a clear indication of her nervousness. You might catch her fixing her hair, adjusting her clothes, or playing with her jewellery, small actions that reveal her desire to look her best in front of you. This nervous energy speaks volumes, showing that she cares about making a positive impression. On the other hand, she might become extra bubbly or animated around you. She could laugh a little louder, speak more quickly, or adopt a playful tone in your presence. These shifts in energy are often signs of her excitement and eagerness to connect with you. However, it's also possible for her to become noticeably quieter when you're around. If she's normally outgoing, but suddenly grows shy or reserved, it could be due to the pressure of trying to impress you. The desire to appear perfect can sometimes leave her at a loss for words, especially if she's hoping to make a lasting impression. As the famous quote by Aristotle goes, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom." When you observe her behaviour, pay attention to these changes because they give you insight into her true feelings. If she's acting noticeably different, whether more nervous, talkative, or self-conscious, it's a strong indication that you hold significant importance in her life. This shift in her personality isn't just a random quirk. It's her subconscious telling you that you matter to her. Sign 9. She finds excuses to touch you. Touch is one of the most powerful primal forms of communication, especially when it comes to attraction. A woman who secretly likes you won't keep her distance. She'll seek out opportunities to bridge the gap, though often in subtle, seemingly innocent ways. It's not about making it obvious. It's about creating an unspoken connection. Watch for these subtle signals. Perhaps she accidentally brushes against you, whether it's her arm brushing yours at the bar, her leg brushing yours under the table, or her fingers grazing yours as she hands you something. It might seem accidental, but if this happens repeatedly, it's anything but a coincidence. Then there's the playful touch, a light tap on the arm, a nudge, or a playful punch on the shoulder. These gestures are a way of establishing chemistry without saying a word. They may appear casual, but in reality, they're her way of expressing interest while keeping things light and fun. And pay attention to how long the contact lasts. A handshake that lingers a moment too long, or a hug that holds on just a little longer than usual, these small, almost imperceptible moments are signals that she wants to be closer to you. These fleeting seconds matter more than you think, as they communicate her desire for more physical closeness. In today's world, women are often cautious about expressing their feelings outright, but their body language rarely lies. If she's breaking the invisible boundary between you and creating opportunities for physical connection, it's her subtle way of saying, "I want to be close to you." This is a sign you should pay attention to, as it speaks volumes about her feelings without a single word spoken. Keep an eye on these moments, and let your understanding of them guide your next steps. And there you have it, my friend. 12 powerful and often overlooked signs that a woman might secretly like you, all seen through the steady, unshaken lens of modern Stoic wisdom. If even one insight today made you pause, reflect, or feel more certain in how you interpret the subtle signals of attraction, then go ahead, give this video a like, share it with another man who's ready to level up in love and self-awareness, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss another message crafted for men who lead with calm strength and clear vision. Your support not only helps this channel grow, but also helps more men walk the path of wisdom instead of confusion when it comes to relationships. Let me ask you directly, have you ever noticed one of these signs from a woman and only now realized what it meant? Or maybe you overlooked one and wish you had seen it for what it really was. Either way, drop your story in the comments. This channel is more than content. It's a brotherhood where men speak truth, learn from each other, and grow stronger together. No fake bravado, no games, just wisdom, respect, and real talk. Before we close, here's the most important truth I want you to take with you. The Stoic man doesn't chase approval. He watches, he listens, he understands the energy in the room, and he moves only when it's right. When a woman truly likes you, you won't have to guess. Her presence, her effort, and her gestures will speak for her. So don't rush, don't force, just be the man who stands firm in his value. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Think clearly, act wisely, and carry yourself with calm authority. Until next time, this is Blessing of Stoicism, reminding you, stay strong, stay grounded, and keep showing up like the man you were born to be. I'll see you in the next one. 5 things you shouldn't do around women. Lowers your value. Modern Stoic. In life, there are certain qualities about you that make you valuable. However, those very qualities can quickly lose their appeal to a woman if you fall into one of these common traps. Regardless of your accomplishments, appearance, or kindness, if you make these mistakes, it changes how she perceives you. It doesn't matter how successful you are, whether your wardrobe is sharp, or how well you treat her. When you engage in these behaviors, it's as though you're broadcasting a message. I'm not as valuable as I could be. Here's the truth. Women are naturally drawn to men who project an aura of confidence, strength, and higher value. This doesn't mean you need to have amassed wealth or climbed the corporate ladder. A guy in school, with a part-time job, or starting out in life can still attract the right woman. Attraction is not about material wealth, but about the energy you bring into the room. It's the unspoken dynamic that changes everything. When a woman feels that you are a higher value than she is, her attraction to you is sparked. But if you come across as someone who doesn't hold yourself in high regard, or worse, make her feel that she's superior to you, the attraction simply won't be there. So let's dive into the 5 things you should never do around women if you want to maintain your value and keep her interest. On. The trap of auditioning. When interacting with women, many men unknowingly fall into the trap of auditioning for their attention. This means they treat the interaction as though they are vying for a role, whether it's to be her boyfriend or to secure a more intimate connection. While this might seem harmless, it's a subtle mistake that lowers a man's value in the eyes of a woman. Let me explain why this mindset is problematic and how to shift it to your advantage. First, The problem arises when a man is too eager to impress a woman, often to the point of appearing desperate, even if he tries to mask it with confidence. A man may seem cool on the outside, but if he's subconsciously trying to get the part by saying the right things, doing the right things, or performing to win her approval, the woman will sense it. Women can pick up on subtle clues, whether a man is overly attentive, trying to please her too much, or constantly seeking validation. This creates an imbalance in the interaction, where the woman feels she is in the higher value position. In other words, she starts to feel that she's the one who gets to decide if he's worthy of her time or affection. Women don't want to feel like they are in control of the decision-making process, especially when it comes to intimate matters. This dynamic is incredibly important because women, by nature, tend to assess a man's value based on more than just what he says. They gauge how he makes them feel, how he holds himself, and how they connect emotionally. So when a man adopts an auditioning mindset, it signals insecurity and neediness, which directly lowers his perceived value. Women don't want to feel like they are being won over. They want to feel that a connection is genuine, mutual, and based on authentic chemistry. This brings me to a technique that can completely shift your approach and help you avoid this pitfall: the chemistry check. The idea here is simple. Rather than focusing on winning her approval, take a step back and assess the situation from a place of curiosity. Ask yourself, do we have good chemistry? Instead of hoping she'll pick you, assess whether you truly feel a connection with her. Are you both in sync? Is there a natural spark that excites you? If you approach the interaction with a mindset of curiosity and genuine interest, your energy changes completely. You become more relaxed, more confident, and more engaging. You are no longer auditioning for a role. You are assessing whether there's enough chemistry for you to want to pursue something further. This shift is significant because it mirrors how women approach interactions. When a woman meets a man, she doesn't immediately commit herself to the idea of a relationship or intimacy. She's assessing the connection, feeling out whether there's a mutual spark or not. So when you approach her with the same mentality, curious, open, and assessing, you put yourself on an equal footing. You stop coming across as desperate and start appearing more grounded and confident. What's important to note here is that when a man shifts from auditioning to assessing, the entire dynamic of the interaction changes. Women naturally respect men who are comfortable in their own skin and don't feel the need to chase validation. If a man isn't desperately trying to win her over, she starts to see him as a higher value individual. After all, the man who knows his worth and doesn't need to try too hard is exactly the type of man women find attractive. Consider this. If you were a man who had a variety of women interested in you, someone who could easily attract women everywhere you went, would you still feel the need to audition for a woman's attention? Absolutely not. You would naturally assess whether there's enough chemistry for you to be interested in her, but you wouldn't feel the need to prove yourself. This is the power of abundance. When you're not needy, your value increases, and women will treat you accordingly. Women are intuitive and can sense when a man is confident and when he's trying too hard. It's important to understand that women are not motivated by the same things that men are. For men, attraction is often more visually driven. A woman looks good, and that can trigger desire. But for women, it's not just about looks. It's about how a man makes her feel during the interaction. This difference is crucial. Women don't just say yes to anyone. They need to feel a connection, something deeper. So when you enter the interaction with a mindset of assessing the chemistry rather than auditioning for her approval, you set yourself apart. You'll be able to gauge whether she's as interested in you as you are in her. And if there's no real connection, you can gracefully move on without feeling rejected or desperate. In real life, this technique works wonders. It can be applied in any social situation, whether you're talking to a woman at a party, a colleague at work, or someone you're dating. The key is to always stay grounded and focus on whether the connection feels genuine. If you're constantly seeking validation, you'll end up with relationships that are based on superficial attraction, and that's rarely fulfilling for either party. But when you approach interactions with authenticity, and the understanding that chemistry is a two-way street, women will naturally be drawn to you, respecting you more, and feeling more invested in the connection. To wrap things up, remember this: women are assessing you as much as you're assessing them. When you shift from an auditioning mindset to an assessing mindset, you elevate your value and transform the dynamic of the interaction. Confidence, self-respect, and emotional self-sufficiency will always win over desperation and neediness. So the next time you find yourself talking to a woman, don't try to impress her or win her approval. Simply assess whether there's enough chemistry for you to pursue her. This subtle yet powerful shift will change the way women perceive you and significantly increase your chances of success. If you find this valuable, comment below and share it with someone who could benefit. Comment to remember: I am a high-value man. 2. Over-explaining yourself. Number 2. Over-explaining yourself instead of owning what you say. So if you keep clarifying what you meant when you're talking to a woman, or checking to see if she's still interested after you've said something, or if you keep justifying your words or your position on things, she sees that as low value. A man who genuinely believes in what he says doesn't feel the need to repeatedly reassure others, especially a woman. It's not about being careless with your words or taking the stance of, I don't care what anyone thinks, but it's about speaking with conviction. When a man communicates with certainty, there's no need to excessively explain himself. Women can easily detect when a man feels the need to explain every detail, often interpreting it as a sign of lower value. It's not that your words have to be flawless, but if you're constantly re-explaining or seeking validation from her, you're signaling that you don't believe in your own worth. A man of high value understands that he doesn't need constant approval or validation. He speaks his mind, stands by his words, and doesn't scramble to fix them if they aren't perfectly received. The difference lies in mindset. When you approach a conversation with self-assurance, even if your message isn't perfectly communicated, you remain confident in your value. If a man truly believes he is worthy, there's no need to go above and beyond to sell himself. He knows his worth, and that alone is enough to make him appear valuable in the eyes of others. In modern life, this behavior is especially important because it's easy to fall into the trap of trying to be perfect in everything we say and do. The pressure to appear flawless or to always say the right thing can be overwhelming, but the truth is, authenticity trumps perfection. Women, like all people, can sense when someone is trying too hard, and it's often seen as a lack of confidence. Instead, focus on speaking with assurance and trusting that your value doesn't depend on whether someone agrees with everything you say. When you approach interactions from a place of self-belief, you create a dynamic where you are not seeking her approval, but instead, you're sharing your thoughts and views as a man who is sure of himself. This subtle shift in how you communicate will naturally increase your value in her eyes and make you more attractive. 3. You're willing to accept anything about her. The next one on the list of 5 things that you shouldn't do around women because it lowers your value is seeming like you're willing to accept anything about her. If she gets a sense that when you're interacting with her, you're willing to overlook any bad behavior, any signs of disrespect from her towards you, and you're essentially looking at her as being perfect no matter what, then she sees that as a lower value position. You're coming from a place where you see her as being higher value than you, and you're basically willing to accept anything about her because, wow, she's got value, and you need some of that. Yet, if you have value as a man, and you'll notice this with guys who are naturally good with women, you will naturally start to lose a bit of interest in her if she's behaving in a way that seems a bit disrespectful, or if she's behaving in a way that you don't like, or if she says some things about herself or reacts and responds in a way that you don't really like. Then you're not going to be seeing her as perfect, and if you're honestly using that chemistry check, she's going to pick up on that, where you start to look at her a little bit differently. You start to have a bit of a different reaction to her, and she can sense that. If you've been making her feel attracted during the interaction, and she senses that she might actually be losing some of your interest, then she becomes the one who is peddling and scrambling. She's the one who is going to lose what she wants. She starts to feel like she's going to lose something valuable because you are not a guy who is just going to accept whatever. You're not a desperate guy. If you're willing to accept anything about her, you're lowering your value. As a man of wisdom, remember this. You don't need to tolerate disrespect or behavior that doesn't align with your standards. If you agree with this, drop a comment right now. I am a man who values myself. Like this video, subscribe for more unshakable wisdom, and remind yourself daily, you are not here to settle, you are here to elevate. 4. Uncomfortable with silence. One of the quickest ways to lower your value in a woman's eyes is by being uncomfortable with silence. It's natural for conversations to ebb and flow, with pauses sometimes taking place. What matters is how you handle these pauses. When you're engaging with a woman, the goal isn't to fill every gap with words or to rush to fill awkward silences. Instead, it's about showing her that you're completely at ease with the natural rhythm of conversation, including moments of silence. A woman will notice how you react to those pauses, and it speaks volumes about your self-worth. If, in that moment, you feel like you're losing her attention or that you're somehow less valuable in the dynamic, it will show in your body language and energy. You may start fidgeting or becoming restless, shifting your posture, or hastily asking her questions, trying to re-engage her. While you might think you're hiding your anxiety, she will sense it. She'll pick up on your nervous energy, which could give off the impression that you're scrambling or worried. But a man who values himself, who exudes confidence, won't react in this way. He will remain calm and composed, unaffected by a moment of silence. It's not that he should embrace silence indefinitely, staring at her to assert dominance. Rather, he knows that silence isn't a threat. He understands that his value doesn't waver over a simple pause, and he's secure enough to allow the conversation to unfold naturally. The key here is this. He knows she's still interested, and that a brief lull doesn't diminish his worth. If you want to come across as a high-value man, the ability to embrace the silence with ease will show that you're confident, secure, and emotionally in control. Traits that are far more appealing than trying to desperately fill every moment with words. 5. Needing her validation to feel confident about yourself. And now, number 5. On the 5 things you shouldn't do around a woman because it lowers your value. Needing her reactions to feel confident about your value. The thing is, a guy may be quite accomplished in life. He may have a good job. He may dress well, he may do this or that. And if he's interacting with a woman, and she then senses that he's not quite sure about his value in her eyes, and he's waiting for signs of approval from her before he can feel good about himself, then that lowers his value in her eyes. Now, if that same woman were to interact with another guy who wasn't as accomplished as him, right? He was just working in a normal job. He wore quite normal clothes, but he was interacting with her in a way where he was certain about himself. He was giving himself approval rather than looking for her approval. Then she would look at him as a guy who isn't looking up to her as the valuable one and hoping to get a chance with her. Instead, he actually sees himself as quite valuable. Some guys watching this may be thinking, well, no, but she wouldn't want him because he's not that accomplished in life. But the reality is that most men and women get together when the guy is still trying to figure things out in life, when he's still working in quite an ordinary job, or even guys get together with their girlfriend when they're working a casual job or a part-time job. For most women, it's not about what you've already accomplished in life. It's what sort of potential you have as a man. What sort of feeling is she getting from you? Are you the sort of man that she can look up to and respect? Or is it a case where you're looking at her as the higher value one, and you're hoping that she gives you a chance somehow? What sort of feeling are you giving her? It's those subtle things that allow guys to get results with women, even though they haven't been working out. Not that there's anything wrong with working out, it does make a guy look more attractive. Or guys who are short, and they get with a pretty girl. Or guys who are a little bit chubby, and they get with a pretty girl. Or a guy who's still living with his parents, and he gets with a pretty girl. Right, because he's able to interact with her and give her the feeling that she's looking for. She's able to look at him as a guy who has value. She's feeling attracted to him, and even though he's not accomplished yet in life, she's still feeling attracted to him. And that doesn't mean he can get every woman out there, because there are women who will only want to be with a guy if he's rich and successful. Right? Those women exist. But the majority of women really are assessing you based on how you're making them feel as you interact with them, which is why you can start interacting with a woman and make her feel attracted. Right? That sort of stuff does happen, even though a guy is just an ordinary guy. It's important that you understand that, and you get the subtle stuff right, because no matter what you achieve in life, the same type of rejection is going to happen for you if you're interacting with women in a way that conveys lower value, right? It doesn't matter how much you achieve. It doesn't matter how cool your hairstyle is. It doesn't matter how great your clothes are. If she gets that sense from you where she feels like you're lower value, she's just not going to be able to feel that attraction that causes her to want to have sex or a relationship with you. But if she's getting that feeling where you seem higher value than her, you seem higher value than her, she starts to look at you as a man that she would be lucky to get with, right? It's not a case of you're lucky to get a chance with her. Instead, she starts to get that feeling with you. I just hope that you can understand this and not waste years or decades of your life thinking that one day, if you achieve more in life, then women will suddenly start to see your value. Because if you're unable to make women feel your value when you're interacting with them, then you're going to continue to get rejected by the women that you want. And you may get chances with women that you're not attracted to or you don't really want. And what's the point of going to all that effort in your life, then of trying so hard to achieve things, when you're not even going to get the sort of woman that you really want to be with? You're not going to be proud of her. You're not going to feel good about yourself, when right now you could be shifting the dynamic and making the woman see you as higher value and therefore start attracting the types of women that you really want. Hey there, thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more valuable content like this. And hey, I'd love to hear what you think. If you've got any feedback, or if there's anything you'd like to discuss about today's topic, drop a comment below. I always read them and enjoy hearing your thoughts. Remember, in the journey of becoming the best version of yourself, the way you interact with others, especially women, plays a huge role. Stay wise, stay calm, and always be the best you can be. See you in the next one.